She has an iconic look, Paris. We've seen Tom taking out numerous men in black suits, but the tartan skirt, the Doc Martens, the face paint. Tell me about the creation of that look. Did you have a hand in it, or was that something that came from the costume makeup department?
Yeah, it was a total collaborative process. For the kilt, it came actually from me wanting to do high kicks because I've been training for years, and I needed to have an outfit that could allow me to do that.
Right.
But at the same time, with like tights underneath because I didn't want to show anything,
Of course.
Still want to be professional. Yeah. So, and also the kilt, it's like also it was Christopher McQuarrie and his family. He has a specific tartan, so it was kind of like something connected with also his origins. I mean, it's a different tartan in the movie, but we thought it would be cool and would bring something a little bit punk,
Yeah.
The character is a little bit punk, a rebel. So the Doc Martens were great. And also I did not want to wear high heels or like some sort of heels because I've been fight training for years, and fighting in heels does not make sense. Yeah. And I wanted to do all my stunts and kick and punch and go wild. And with heels, you just can't do that. You can, of course, fake it. And sometimes you do heels for one take, and then you do like a flats for another take. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to waste my time. I just want to be real,
Yeah, that's great. Because I think moviegoers, audiences are smart enough now. I think there's a famous scene in Jurassic World, one of the Jurassic movies.
She takes off the heels.
Right, yes. Yeah.
I mean, of course, it looks beautiful to wear heels, but for this specific character, I was like, no. She doesn't give a fuck, She no heels. So that was the first thing that was very important to me. And it was a collaborative process. And Christopher McQuarrie has such amazing taste too. He has the sense of the frame, the camera, the movement, how it's gonna read on camera. So at some point, I was wearing a tight black coat, and then we shot the scene. It was like, you know what? It's wrong. You should have a trench coat, or you should have a coat that is long. And we reshot the scene with a long coat, and then it looked so much better because when I'm running on top of the train with the wind, it just flows in a way that it looks so cool. And with a tight coat, it doesn't look as cool. For the makeup in the on the poster with the white makeup with the teardrop, it was actually my idea.
Really?
We were shooting in Venice, and all the characters are supposed to go to a party was supposed to be a masked party, So everyone was supposed to wear a mask, all the actors, and I thought, you know what? My character wouldn't wear a mask. She would draw a mask on her face.
Yep.
She's a rebel, and she's kind of like doesn't want to follow the rules, And actually, I did that myself years ago when I was in Paris. I was at a girlfriend's place, and she invited me to a party. She said, I'm going to a masked party, you want to come? I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't have a mask. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to draw a mask on my face. So I took some makeup, a black pencil, and I drew a mask like that on my face. And it was cool.
Yeah.
And so I thought that the character would do something like that. But I thought that it was also nighttime, so I thought it would be nice to bring some light to the face, and to have something that would be kind of like war paint, maybe like something like not the whole face, And I thought that it would be kind of like eerie and a little bit creepy to have something a little bit like a pantomime. So I was inspired by this specific character from the Commedia dell'arte called Pierrot Lunaire, which is kind of like a cute but melancholic character who hides his emotions and who has like a little tear here, and oftentimes there's a moon with him, and he's with a big collar and white, like a little doll with this little teardrop. I'm like, oh, is he sad? So I wanted to bring something a little bit melancholic and weird, and we thought that actually would look good with a fight that happened right after. Because with the fight, it would just like, you see in the movie, the makeup is like dripping and the face changes completely. So at first it looks pretty and like a little angel and a little weird with the teardrop, like a thug, a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, at the end, it's just like I look like a monster. So it was like very interesting visually to create something like that,
She must have been a wonderful character to discover. I won't spoil it, but what an arc for a villainous character as well. She's just got such a wonderful arc in the movie.